Is this thing on? Hello, hello. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Okay. Hi, I'm Amanda, and welcome to my podcast. I ain't want nothing, really. The reason why I named my podcast that is because I am a Midwest born and bred, and when we call our family members, we say, I ain't want nothing, really. So, welcome. My name is Amanda Thompson. You could call me Amanda Marie. You could call me Mandy. Now, I'm not famous, but I'm not a stranger either. I'm an author. I wrote Meet Angela, Volume 1 and 2, as well as A.J. Townsend 101. Both can be found on Amazon.com. You can purchase, and it will be sent to you in 2 days. That's if you're a Prime member. Also, I am into screenwriting. Hopefully, after my authoring career, I can transition in peace to screenwriting full time. I've been a writer for 15 years, but I have been in publishing for about 3 years now. And a lot of people are probably shocked listening to this. Why did you get into podcasting? Well, I got bored. If you haven't noticed, we're in a pandemic, and not a lot of jobs are going on, and what can you do? Me personally, I really don't have a lot going for myself. I've lost a lot in this pandemic, and I thought I'd pick up a new hobby and see what's going on out there in the world. Maybe talk to you about what I think, and probably you can reach out to me and share what you think. No judgment zone here. I know this is my first podcast, so it's not going to be very long. Hopefully our next few episodes here will be a little longer. I can bring on guests. I have a lot of interesting friends, in the music business. I have friends who are writers just like me, and I just really hope you all really enjoy this podcast and get to know me as a human being and get to know my life or what I choose to, share. Sometimes a lot of people come on podcasts and they share a little too much, and Lord knows I do value my privacy. But hey, since I have your attention here, let's get started. When I was sitting here thinking about starting a podcast, I thought of some topics to start with, and of course, like I've probably said a million times, if it did not hit this recording, we are only days away from election day, so please, if you have not early voted, please get out there and vote. We do not want Donald Trump in the office again another 4 years. I know that this probably has started as a joke, but this isn't funny. And a lot of people do say, if you vote this man back in office, it's another 4 years of, we don't know what's going to happen. With the people he brings in, it's like we can lose a lot that, our former presidents has worked so hard for us to have. Through Trump, I hear we can lose our health care and our rights as women, and I just don't want that to happen for the next 4 years or for our future generations. I feel like we have worked so hard in history to maintain that, and it's a shame that, there's a group of people out there that think that this man is a freaking god, and he's not. I hate to say this, he's really not. But I'm kind of, it's kind of ignorant. I don't think that's a good word, but the way Donald Trump has gotten into office has kind of changed me. Back in the day, when it was Obama's last term, and I was kind of independent. And what that means is, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm just in the background. But that day when Donald Trump got on the internet or on TV and said, I'm running for president, I said, well, I got to do something. because this isn't right. Because I always thought, we have a president 4 to 8 years, and then we bring in another decent human being. Well, no, loud and wrong. Two things I hate. And here we come, Donald Trump. I'm running for president. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what does he know? He's a businessman. He has a reality show on TV. Like, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. But as months go by, no. This man is on polls. He's doing like a campaign. And then I turn around and he's on a presidential debate. And this was in 2016. And then it happened. Donald Trump elected president of the United States. There's a lot of blames for this, but I personally blame two sets of people. I blame the Russian hackers, and I also blame people who are just sitting there ignorant and not voting. And those people I don't get along with too well, because every time I look at them, every time I just hear, I'm not voting, lesser of the two evils, I just look at them and I just think, don't you look in the mirror? Don't you look out in the world and see what's going on? Come on, dude. You have this right and you're not exercising it. But them ignorant thoughts, man, you can live in an ignorant world. But, I'm very proud of, the ideas they have for voting now. Of course, they've always had early voting, because not everybody can go out on November 3rd and, do the voting thing. So they make accommodations for early voting, and also they have mail ballots, which I do like, but I understand now that I watch the news that people are kind of messing with them, which is highly illegal. And if you didn't know, it's highly illegal to mess with people's mail. So it's messed up, but it's like a genius idea at the same time. I don't know if that's the wording for it, but I do really, really enjoy that. Also, this is my first podcast. I'm going to check on you guys. For the past 6 months, we have been in a pandemic, coronavirus. My thoughts and prayers to people who have been affected by it, who has passed away, who has been tested positive, and hopefully is on the road to recovery. This pandemic is no joke. Millions of jobs lost. In healthcare, it's kind of hard. Hospitals are in a difficult position. A lot of, medical attention needed for the victims and the patients. Me personally, I have been okay. I have been tested twice for coronavirus. I am negative, and I thank God for that every day. Just like everybody says, wash your hands, social distancing, which is a hard part for me. I have been social distancing, but it's hard because I haven't really been seeing my friends. I miss my family. This is November, and this is the time of the most important holidays to me, Christmas and Thanksgiving. And in my family, we normally have big gatherings. Family come out of town. We meet at the matriarch's house, have a big meal. Fortunately, I know that this year that's not going to happen, and we're going to be celebrating it here at home. But how are you guys doing? Are you okay? Please reach out to someone. If you miss somebody, call them, text them. I miss my friends all the time. I'm in contact with them a lot. I hope you're staying safe. Quarantining, please. We've just finished Halloween. No parties. And if you do go out, wear your mask. Always wear your mask. As I stated before, I am an author, and of course, with this pandemic, I have really started reading books, and I hope to do a lot of book reviews with you all. And the latest book I've read is actually The Meaning of Mariah Carey, which is the Mariah Carey memoirs. I've been a big fan of Mariah my whole life. I mean, she's been out since like the early 90s. And I really am shocked to read this book. What really shocked me was her breakdown. And for years, I've heard that, she had a mental breakdown, a mental this, she, you know. And in the book, she really reveals what happened. And to me, it is a mental breakdown, but it's not what the press had, told us. And I could relate to her because I actually had some meltdowns like that. And it's also it really gives a lot of insight on her early career and what happened that cameras didn't catch. Well, you guys got to keep in mind, this was like the early 90s. We didn't have I wasn't born. I was born in the mid 90s. There wasn't like Instagram cameras, and the only way you could go behind the scenes is, MTV was there, Entertainment Tonight. So what was not seen on those cameras, she elaborated on, and she has shared memories on. I don't really remember her being married to Tommy Mottola, but she's kind of shed some stories on that and opened up about, things of that nature. Another book I've read was Unsuccessful Thug by Mike Epps, which is his memoir. I've always been a Mike Epps fan. I remember when he stepped on the scene in 1999, 2000 with Next Friday. But he has actually had a career before then, doing Def Jam and what he's gone through growing up in Indianapolis, which I think was really, really cool. And I think that as a person who has, came from nothing to something, that's really a great book to give a read to. And lastly, Jessica Simpson, Open Book, which is one of my favorites. Jessica Simpson I've been a fan of Jessica since I was like maybe 3 years old. I remember when Sweet Kisses first came out. I think I'm in love with you. Got me doing silly. That's my jam. But that book was really good as well. A couple parts made me mad, Now I will not watch an episode of Newlyweds. Damn you, Nick Lachey. But, these memoirs here, if there's any more you want me to read, if there's any I picked up on the way, y'all let me know. Again, this is my first podcast, so it probably won't be that long. I'm into the pop culture. I'm into hip-hop. I'm into all of that, so hopefully by next episode it'll be all together. Hopefully if anybody's out there listening, you can follow me on social media. Let me know what y'all think. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I hope to really have it together. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you vote, and I hope to hear from you, and I hope there's another episode. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.